Well, all right, guys, I am back. I am back again. Happy Tuesday. Did you guys have an amazing Memorial Day? So did I. Let's take a look at the face and how it's going. As usual, there are no filters here, just the truth. The truth is the truth. So you can see that the little mole that's there is still there. This one is still there. This is roughly what it was before, with the wrinkles as they were before. I ate way too much because it was my cheat day. And when you have cheat day and then you stay up late, you get these. They're called bags. And look, you can instantly see the extra wrinklage that's going on there. Look at that. I don't remember if it was it Francis Bacon anyway. Some of those, one of those artists back in the day said that the way your face looks and the way that you are really depends on how much water is in your system. And as you guys know, since it's another overcast day, I did not get my sun, which means I am absolutely drowning in my own fluids, which is very uncomfortable. I did not get the clean shave that I wanted either. Anyway, why am I here again today? Oh, goodness gracious. Go away. Stop showing me that face of yours. What can be seen cannot be unseen. Oh, anyway. Are you guys fools? Did you notice what's going on? Again? Are you ready to cash out more of your taxpayers' money than you did last year? Did it make any difference that we got a duck in the house? We had a dead man walking in the house for a while, and now we have a duck quacking in the house. Was it any different? This is why I have TDS. It's not Trump derangement syndrome. It's really not. And I say this all the time because I had TDS before TDS was a thing. I had TDS after however many years of Obama. Then I continued to have TDS when we had ducks. Then we had a dead man walking, and then we had ducks again. It's called tax derangement syndrome. It was bad when Obama was there. It's bad when Joe Obama was there. And it's bad now with a quacking duck. Has anything changed? No. You put in money, you get less for your taxes. That's pretty much it. It's pretty basic mathematics. And this is coming from somebody who still hasn't memorized his times table. I know that there are 4 seasons, but I still have not memorized what they are. I struggle with remembering what months of the year there are. That is how brain damaged I am. And yet, if you give me about 5 minutes in the White House or at Doge, I could cut so much from the budget, and you know what? The common man wouldn't notice. They wouldn't notice because they would not be affected. You know who would be affected? The people at the very top making all the decisions. Oh, they would hate it. They would hate it so much that they would have me unalived very quickly. Don't take my word for it. All you need is Gemini, Chatbot GPT. Just go in there really quick and ask it the following questions. How much does it cost to run the White House? How much does it cost to run the Congress building? We're just talking about buildings here, right? You know who is the master of buildings? Donald Duck. Isn't he the master of real estate? So he should know. Where is his beautiful bill on cutting taxes when it comes to running government buildings? Oh, there is no such thing. And why is that? Because then the government officials may actually have a bad day for once in their lives. Remember? When was the worst time in their lives ever? They haven't had a bad day in their life other than when they stormed the Capitol. So let's start cutting the budget on government buildings. And let's look into the laws as well. Does it cost more for the taxpayers to pay for a building that's in California or in New York compared to other places? Why don't we have a flat fee? I mean, we are the people, right? The government works for us, and we don't have a flat fee on how much it costs to maintain a government building. Have you guys thought of that? Oh, no, you're too busy. You're too busy with all kinds of weird stuff going on. Oh, I'm outraged about this. I'm outraged about that. This is simple math that a retard like me can do. When has anybody ever thought about this? We are paying so much money for government buildings. Gold-plated toilet paper for these people. Right? They have their lunches, and they have their special meetings, and they have all these things. And have you noticed they're all eating off of fancy porcelain and super rich, like cutlery or whatever it is? Why is that? Why do they have all of this opulence going on? And the common man gets kicked in the butt and in the balls all day long in the nutsack. Right? The common man who works construction, they do plumbing in the buildings, are they getting any of these advantages? Or are they just showing up to government buildings and cleaning and all that stuff? Are they getting any of this money? No, they're not. But guess what? Those people out there, those politicians, are having fancy dinners. Why isn't there a cap on how much they get to spend on all of their opulence, on their fancy dinners and all that stuff? What about their private jets? They get to fly from one place to another on our dime, polluting our air, destroying our environment, but it's perfectly fine because they're right. They're above the law. They're above the law. It would take me about 3 minutes, right? I grew up very fortunate, very privileged, but I had a budget. My parents gave me a budget, and they said, "This is a budget." For instance, it's just like the thing that I keep ranting about, universal basic income. I got a universal basic income. Let's say it was $1,000, as we should all be getting, since our data get mined by the corporations and the government, right? They're probably making about $10,000, and that's being conservative, about $10,000 off of each of us, right? And they can't afford to give us $1,000 back for mining our data. So, I mean, Doge was a complete disaster. Wasn't it? And you still vote, right? And you wonder why people like me are like, yeah, well, who cares? I have TDS. It's tax derangement syndrome. It has nothing to do with the pig head that's in power. It could be a pig, it could be a duck. Who cares? Because I pay taxes, and every year, every decade, I get less for my money. Cut the spending. And number one of all in this conversation is, because they always say, oh, well, if you cut spending here, cut spending there, the people will starve. The people are starving right now. It makes no difference. But you know what? You're paying more for them to starve. That's all I'm saying right here. You are paying more taxes for those people to starve. And that's the cop-out. Here comes that famous robbery that Cenk was talking about, that I was talking about. Because we have TDS. It's tax derangement syndrome. Get it in your head. Thanks for watching. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If I don't get, see ya.